Hey, this is Gary with Optimal Cruising. Are you heading out on an MSC cruise? Are you planning a cruise with MSC or even thinking about cruising with MSC? Then this video is for you. I have got the 7 must-know tips and tricks before you cruise with MSC. From unlocking little-known perks to avoiding excess charges, these are the tips I wish I knew before I went on my first MSC cruise. Number 4 saved me over $100. And number 7, people don't even know exists. So let's get started, because after this video, you'll know everything you need to know about MSC and if it's the right cruise line for you. Number 7. An MSC cruise has a European flair to it. The vibe and feel of the ship is unapologetically European. In fact, MSC is an Italian company, so you would expect this. But it's a much more international crowd that takes these cruises, even out of the Americas. So you're going to find people speaking all kinds of languages, much more so than you would on the more American cruise lines like Carnival and Royal Caribbean. And that's not a bad thing, it's just an expectation that needs to be set. You're going to find some very interesting things that are different on MSC, such as their pizza is out of this world. It's actually made fresh. They make the dough on board. You can see them twirling it in the air, and the pizza comes out absolutely delicious. It's not frozen, pre-made, and just heated up like on a lot of cruise ships. There's an Italian chocolatier on board, Venchi, which is actually acting like a specialty restaurant, which serves ice cream, chocolates made right there on the ship, and any kind of Italian coffee or specialty coffee that you could want. Number 6, MSC is a hidden gem for family cruisers. And this is because, number 1, they have a lot of sail dates where kids sail free. And it's not just kids 10 and under or 12 and under like on some other cruise lines, but 17 and under. So you can have your teenagers with you as long as they're in the same cabin and you pick the dates where they're offering the promotion. They will sail absolutely for free, only being charged port charges. In fact, for kids 12 and under, they don't even automatically charge the gratuities. So you're saving a lot of money on MSC if you're cruising with kids. So what's the catch? Well, get ready to sign a bunch of waivers for your kids, and also be aware that a lot of the programs run by MSC, the onboard programs, do not allow kids under a certain age to participate. So when they run certain tournaments, and karaoke is another one, that a lot of times you have to be 16 and older, so that means a lot of the younger kids can't participate in that, whereas on other cruise lines like Carnival or Royal Caribbean, for example, they let kids do karaoke most of the night. And what about those waivers? Well, expect to have to sign a waiver for your kids to go to the kids club or even get on the water slides. They do have a good themed area for kids on these MSC ships, which is very nice and rather large. But they do require the kids to get a wristband, which shows that you signed a waiver saying they can participate in these activities. And they've updated their game room to be more adult-oriented. It has a lot of European feel to it. They have an F1 racer you can get in, which is a simulator. They have virtual reality rides in the game room. So it's a different feel from a typical American ship. It's a bit more laid back, and you're going to be around a lot of different people. So that's not a bad thing. It's just something you need to be aware of. Number 5, MSC's private island is a real oasis. It is different from any other private island you have been to with another cruise line. Ocean Cay, which is in the Bahamas, and most MSC ships sailing in the Caribbean will stop there. It has over 8 beaches that you can walk to. The island has a nice walking path of about 2 miles long. You can actually snorkel there and see fish. We've done it. And they have set up umbrellas and chairs throughout the island that anybody can get, and there are enough for everybody. The one thing I will say is shade is limited in certain areas, but there are a lot of trees that can also provide shade, and there is a huge dining area which is completely shaded where they serve free food for their guests. Drinks are also included if you have a drink package, so you can get free drinks on the island as part of that package if you purchase that. And there's even Wi-Fi all throughout the island. Just one thing to know, you have to switch to the island Wi-Fi when you get there, because if you bought a Wi-Fi package, it will work anywhere on the island, but you have to switch from the ship's Wi-Fi to the island Wi-Fi. Number 4, MSC's internet or Wi-Fi on board is two-tiered. That's important to know because the lower tier is really only good for texting, maybe a little scrolling, checking emails, but if you're trying to watch any video or anything like that, it's not really going to work. You need the upper tier, which is more expensive. The other thing to note is that the package that's usually included when you buy Wi-Fi and a drink package with your fare, because they have a lot of packages that combine the Wi-Fi and the drink package, it's the lower tier Wi-Fi that they're giving you with that. So if you need Wi-Fi to work or to watch videos or anything that requires more than just texting and emails, you're going to need that higher tier package, which is more expensive. However, as long as you purchase it before your cruise, you will get that package for a fraction of the cost. You can usually find it between 30 and 40% off if you look for the right sales. Number 3, the food can be a rude awakening for some passengers. MSC is a European company and their food shows it. They have a European style and flair to their cuisine. Now that's not necessarily a bad thing, and we've always loved the food on board MSC ships, but we've heard mixed reviews, people claiming that it's not so good, that it's not so fresh. We never had that experience, but there could be a variation in cruise ships or times of sailing because we have heard a lot of these comments. Sometimes though, I wonder if it's just because people aren't used to or familiar with that type of food. You're going to see a lot of dishes with a pasta or Italian influence. You will find some American food on there, but it's not exactly the same as going on a Carnival or a Royal Caribbean ship. The other thing to keep in mind is the specialty dining room options on these ships are limited to a seafood restaurant, a steakhouse, a teppanyaki, a sushi place, and a Mexican place. Now, frankly, we rarely eat at these restaurants because we don't want to pay a premium when the main food is pretty good. The buffet is very large and extensive. You're likely to find something there that you will like. And the main dining room, while the dishes are more limited, there's usually something for everyone. So you'll likely be okay. But if you want to get a little bit higher quality food, you should buy one of the dining packages ahead of time because they offer very good deals where you can get 2 or 3 nights in specialty dining restaurants for under $100 a person. And that's not bad when you book this ahead of time. And then you've got 3 nights at a steakhouse, a sushi place, a Mexican restaurant, which is different from the normal food being offered in the main dining rooms and the buffet. Now, before I get to number 2, I want to leave you with a few extra tips about MSC, things you should know that are a little bit different from the other cruise lines. One is the MSC For Me app does allow you to text other passengers while on board, and I know that's pretty common, but it also allows you to book all your shows, your dining reservations, pretty much anything on board the ship you can book through the app. So make sure you download that app before you go. Also, MSC does have a wristband that can replace your key card. So you can use it to get into your cabin, to purchase anything on board through your shipboard account. Even in the casino, it can be used. The only thing it cannot be used for is getting on and off the ship at ports of call. For that, you do need your actual card. but this wristband is provided free of charge to members in higher class cabins like the Yacht Club. And if you're just in a basic cabin, no big deal. They'll give it to you for a $5 fee. And then finally, there is a perk that we're not aware of on any of the other major cruise lines that MSC offers its Voyager Club members. So if you join the Voyager Club and you get to a certain level, they will give you a late checkout in your cabin. So that doesn't just mean you have to go to a common area and you can sit there until 9 o'clock or whatever the final checkout time is. But they'll actually let you stay in your cabin. You can have breakfast, you can stay in there until 9 or 9:30 if you have this perk. So it's something extra on MSC that we've not seen on other cruise lines. Number 2, the entertainment on MSC ships can feel a little different. Now, you're not going to find the typical ice skating shows and things like that. They will have main theater type shows, musical reviews, dancing reviews, things that involve staff members, as well as some specialty shows that they bring on guests for. And these are really the ones that we enjoy the most. They'll usually have at least a comedian and a magic person or a juggler or something of that sort. So you'll have one or two, usually two, people from the outside that come on board the ship, maybe just for that cruise or maybe for a month-long cruise. But basically, you're going to get some decent entertainment from the outside guests. The reviews on the shows that MSC produces themselves are mixed and maybe not as good as something you might see on a Royal Caribbean or a Carnival. And number 1, MSC does offer a 100% loyalty matching status. And this is a big one. This is a big deal because if you have loyalty points with any other cruise line, or even if you don't, if you have a status with a hotel company or an airline, MSC doesn't care. They'll take it and they will match your status. So you will get an equivalent tier with MSC to that which you had with the other program. And that can save you a lot of money because not only does MSC give discounts on board for their loyalty program, but they actually give discounts off your base cruise fare depending on your status. And as you can see here, there are a lot of benefits you can enjoy on board. Discounts from everything from massages to specialty dining to drinks. You can even get free drinks with your loyalty status. So it's very important that you take advantage of this when you go on MSC. Now, if this is your first MSC cruise, or even if it's not, it doesn't matter. It only matters that you can only do this once. So you want to do it when you have the best possibility of maximizing that status. If you have a great status, say with Carnival, who recently changed their rewards or their loyalty program, maybe you want to get with an MSC cruise and use that status now before it goes away, because MSC will match it, and as of right now, MSC never takes that away. So you'll have that status for life or until they change the program. But for right now, it's a great perk, and MSC is using this to attract more and newer cruisers. So now that you know everything there is to know about the MSC cruises, make sure you watch this next video so you don't make some of the biggest mistakes on your next cruise.